Happy Friday. Come on in, pull up a chair. The Daily Dope is in the air. Howdy, 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 gang. Yes, I'm Jeff McAleer, back once again as your host here at The Daily Dope, presented by thegaminggang.com, of which I happen to be the Grand Poobah. Woohoo, yay. So, welcome aboard. Tonight, I am going to be unboxing and taking a first look at Tribes, Dawn of Humanity from KOSMOS Games. This was one of their 3 big Gen Con releases this year. So this will actually be the third one we take a peek at, actually. Because we've already looked at Roll for Adventure live on the show. I did a small standalone video for Imhotep the Duel. And now we're going to take a look at Tribes, Dawn of Humanity. So welcome aboard. Tonight is Friday, August 16th. This is episode 346 of The Daily Dope. This is a live show. This is a live stream. So if you are catching the show live, excellent. Welcome aboard. If you're watching this after the fact, this is the first time you've actually checked out the show, it is very, very casual. I just talk about tabletop games, sometimes a little pop culture stuff, but do some tabletop gaming news. Maybe we do an unboxing for a board game or review a board game. Maybe we'll page through an RPG or review an RPG. Regardless, it's all just kicking back, having fun. It is not brain surgery by any stretch of the imagination. Or as I used to like to say, it's not rocket surgery. So because this is a live stream, there is chat available on YouTube. It's not on screen. It's one of the ways that I keep some of the stranger commenters at bay, but I do pay attention to the chat. So if you'd like to say howdy, or maybe you've got a question, or perhaps there'll be something about Tribes that you want to get a closer look at, by all means, please chime in and I will respond. Viper Dave has arrived. Viper Dave's here early in the house for chat. Good to see you, Dave. Thanks for joining me on a Friday night. That's right, yes, it's another Friday night here on The Daily Dope. Anyway, if you like the video, please give it a quick thumbs up. If you check out some of the videos on the Gaming Gang channel and you like them, please subscribe. And of course, if you do subscribe, don't forget, ring that little bell, because it will not only inform you when a video is uploaded to the channel, it'll also tell you when the stream goes live, within about 5 minutes or so. And of course, be sure to tell a friend. In fact, tell 2 friends. And don't forget, there's thegaminggang.com. That's my home website. I'm amazed that people watch the show don't realize that there's thegaminggang.com, which has thousands of articles, hundreds of reviews, and September 1st, I will be celebrating my 10th year of covering tabletop gaming. So pretty sweet, pretty sweet. So got some news tonight, a little bit of news, not a ton, but some interesting items that I'm going to share with you as well. I'm also going to talk about the 2 contests that are currently running for the Gaming Gang as well. And of course, we will jump in and we will take a look at Tribes, Dawn of Humanity. So let's jump on into the news. I do know there's folks out there who are not fans of the tabletop gaming news. That's fine. If you fall into that category, be sure to check the show notes below. And there are time codes, so you can jump ahead right into the unboxing if you would like. Of course, that's if you're not watching live. If you're watching live, like Viper Dave hanging with me in chat, you're here for the ride. You're gonna enjoy the tabletop gaming news, unless you go grab yourself a sandwich or an adult beverage, or even not an adult beverage, just a cold beverage, like I'm going to right now. It's just a cold beverage, it's not an adult beverage. So, anyway, and Viper Dave is saying, congrats early. Yes, thank you. Amazingly enough, yes, I'll be entering the 10th year of covering gaming. Pretty wild. pretty wild. And I remember when I got started, it was myself and Elliot Miller, my best friend, who's now over at voiceofe.com, although it's been months since he actually did anything. It was the Dice Tower, and the Dice Tower was just a podcast. We were a podcast too, but we had a website. So we were very different than most of the people covering the industry because we had a news and reviews website to go with our podcast. So it was us, it was the Spiel, who I'm amazed they're still floating around because I never hear anything from them anymore. And then there was Game On with Cody and John, who are no longer around. So yeah, just think, all these people out there now who are covering tabletop gaming, they weren't around when I got started, I'll tell you that for sure. All right, so let's move on into the news because there's a unique looking 2-player asymmetrical fantasy game. That's kind of a mouthful. It's coming from Pencil First Games, and I've got the dope on Skulk Hollow. Yes, not Skunk Hollow, it's Skulk Hollow. Over generations and generations, the ancient woodland of Bor prospered and grew. The world was bestowed with great spirit, which lifted the animals of the lands to new heights. Unfortunately, over the years, these clans lost touch with the spirit of the land, and faction warring developed. The Foxen Kingdom of Skulk Hollow in the south, the spiritual red pandas of Cupboard in the north, the mischievous mice of Molten in the west, and the colony of Blackheart bunnies in the east. I would think the pandas would probably be able to wipe the floor with all of them, seeing they are way larger. Anywho, as skirmishes started breaking out across the continent, lives lost, there was a monstrous shake and then the great return. No one quite knows why, but the Guardians have risen, but not the kind, life-giving Guardians of spiritual legend. Dark, ferocious versions that are now attacking all the kingdoms of the land. In Skulk Hollow, 2 players take the roles of either a towering behemoth of a guardian, trying to eliminate the clans of foxes who have been causing havoc on the countryside, or a band of Foxen heroes out to vanquish the evil beast that has been terrorizing the land and reunite the 4 kingdoms of Bor. The Guardian wins the game by either eliminating the Foxen King or by gaining enough tribute. The Foxen heroes win the game by eliminating, obviously enough, the Guardian. As mentioned, Skulk Hollow is for 2 players ages 8 and up. Really? With this violent kind of theme? Kind of surprised it's 8 and up. Plays in around 40 minutes and it will carry an MSRP of $49.99 when it arrives in November. Does seem kind of interesting. Do want to point out there are 4 different Guardians, it looks like. I know I'm only showing kind of one, but I did take a peek at the Pencil First Games website, and this game does come with 4 different Guardians, so kind of give you some options as far as who the Foxen are fighting. So Bones is in the house, and I'll wave back to you, Bones. Good to see you. And Casey Board Gamers is now in chat too. Good to see you, Casey. All right, so there is a new dice rolling and writing, well, okay, maybe building game. It's coming from Eggertspiele, and I've got the dope. Era, Medieval Age, serves as the spiritual successor to Roll Through the Ages. While Roll Through the Ages was a pioneer for roll and write style games, Era is a pioneer for rolled and build. Roll and build, eh? In Era, your dice represent different classes of medieval society as players attempt to build the most prosperous city. The build comes into play as players actually build their cities on their boards. You will use beautifully modeled 3-dimensional components such as walls, keeps, farms, and other structures. By the end of the game, each player will have a unique city of their very own. Era Medieval Age is made even more challenging as players interact with each other in ways such as extortion, scorched earth, and of course, everyone's favorite, disease. Hey, this is the medieval age, right? Speaking of which, Era serves as the first of a new series of standalone roll and build games from Matt Lecoq and Eggertspiele. Construct the most prosperous medieval city by constructing buildings. Kind of odd way of putting that sentence together, right? Using construct twice. Anyway, accumulating culture and avoiding disasters. Era, medieval age, is for 1 to 4 players, ages 12 and up, plays in 75 to 120 minutes, so there's some meat on the bones of this game. And it will carry an MSRP of $69.99 when it arrives on October 31st. Gotta say, this looks kind of cool. Looks kind of interesting. I'm a big fan of Roll Through the Ages, so this sounds pretty unique. Strangely enough, I have seen kind of competing information. There was something floating around showing that this is going to be released in North America from Eggertspiele, but I don't think so. I think it's Eggertspiele is going to release it here in the US. There is also a little expansion that's going to be available right away, and it's got 3 different dice, it looks like 3 new dice and 2 new structures in there as well. So this looks kind of interesting. This could be kind of unique, something a little bit different. Moving right along, Renegade Game Studios is preparing to release the latest expansion to Clank in Space. And here's the dope. Skulk around an all-new game board, install cyberware for abilities that last the whole game, and evade Commander Prion using her own executive escape pods. Whether it's illegal, hazardous, or just plain fun, you'll find it on Cyber Station 11. If there's a cybernetic enhancement worth having, the ruthless Commander Prion has it. Eager to prove her worth to Lord Erraticus, she has built a research station on the edge of civilized space. Since cyberware is all the rage, the place makes a tempting target for you and your fellow thieves. Whether it's illegal, hazardous, or just plain fun, as I mentioned before, you're going to find it on Cyber Station 11. Clank in Space, Cyber Station 11 is for 2 to 4 players, ages 12 and up, plays in around an hour, and this expansion will carry an MSRP of $30 when it arrives in November. Of course, do have to point out, you'll need Clank in Space to use this expansion. I'm a fan of Clank. I have played Clank, a deck building adventure, multiple times, many times, with Cameron and some of his friends, and Elliot Miller, my best friend. I have never had an opportunity to play Clank in Space, though. Renegade's they're very difficult as far as review copies. Sarah Erickson, who's kind of like the head honcho, is great. It's just they keep bringing in PR people who disappear. So, I don't know. Anyway, I would like to check out some of the Renegade stuff coming out, but never know. Yeah, never know. Maybe if they're at PAX Unplugged, maybe I will try to talk to them over there and try to get back on track with them, because I was reviewing some Renegade stuff. I think they were kind of pissed that I did not think their Overlight RPG was very good, and I also thought that Outbreak Undead 2nd Edition was terrible, so I don't think that helped. Anyway, speaking of Hunter's Entertainment, they've got the follow-up to the award-winning Kids on Bikes available right now in PDF, and I've got the dope on Teens in Space. I don't know, anytime something's in space, I just want to go, in space. The adventures of teens in space take place across the vast and sometimes uncharted reaches of the universe, with fantastical things like diverse and interesting alien species of all shapes and sizes, powerful, faster-than-light spaceships that can take you across the universe, strange, beautiful, and even terrifying worlds ripped right from your imagination. I don't know, I can imagine pretty much. Oh, no, I'm sorry, I can imagine quite a lot. Anyway, Teens in Space takes characters to places beyond our celestial comfort zone, out into the cosmos where anything and everything could happen. Teens in Space is a 126-page, rules-light, fast-paced storytelling game using the Powered by Kids on Bikes system meaning that many players will feel right at home. Despite the added layers of sci-fi, this remains a game in which you can jump right into the action and start playing right now. Well, not right now, you're watching this, so after you're done watching this. Using familiar stats like grit, charm, fight, flight, brains, and brawn, you'll jump into the action. Each skill is represented by a polyhedral die based on your character's competence. More sides equals better chance of success. Character creation is a hallmark feature of the Powered by Kids on Bikes system, and we've added even more of what you loved from before with Teens in Space. Featuring an all-new immersive ship creation process, you and the other players will create their collective home away from home, and in part the very universe, for your game as you create your characters. You'll start with tropes you know and love, like the newbie, the merc, or the captain. You'll flesh your characters out by developing their relationships to the crew and the ship. Did we forget to mention ship improvements? Teens in Space also features a vast series of options for the customization of your ships as you trek across the cosmos. From specialized upgrades effective in the new ship-to-ship combat system, or more utilitarian instruments that can help you solve the mysteries of the universe, go in for the long haul and build that personal connection with your vessel. Possibly the greatest tool in your high-tech arsenal, the ship will no doubt be getting you out of a pinch or two. You'll need to choose how to upgrade your ship wisely. The vast cosmos is waiting to be explored. Does your crew have the moxie to claim glory? Do want to point out, Kids on Bikes is not required to play Teens in Space. The 126-page PDF of Kids in Space is available right now from DriveThruRPG for $9.99. Pretty sweet deal, pretty good deal. I really enjoyed Kids on Bikes. I thought Kids on Bikes was excellent. Thought that was an excellent system. See, that kind of made up for me not liking the Outbreak Undead 2nd edition book, because Hunters did Kids on Bikes, and I thought that was really, really well done. So I'm going to take a guess that Teens in Space, the ship is going to be the same sort of... Because in Kids on Bikes, the players kind of create the town that the adventures take place in. So it seems like the ship is kind of replacing that aspect of the game. So as I mentioned, you can snag it right now in PDF from DriveThruRPG for $9.99. As I like to point out, the DriveThruRPG website, as well as all the other One Bookshelf sites, we happen to be an affiliate. So if you are going to go, say, to DriveThruRPG, please stop by the Gaming Gang first, click on one of our banners, and that way, if you do make a purchase, I get a little piece of that sale. Little piece. But all those little pieces add up, and they really do help out. All right, so that is it for the news today. Also, do want to mention, as I'm talking about DriveThruRPG, they do have that H.P. Lovecraft sale going on right now. It does run through August 22nd. I happen to be a huge fan of the Cthulhu mythos. If you are too, you can find big savings on loads and loads of mythos-related game products. So don't forget to check that out. It only runs through the 22nd. All right, so we're going to jump into Tribes in just a few minutes. A couple of things I do want to tackle. First off is what's coming up on the show next week. So on Monday's show, I will finally be doing my review of Aeon's End, the deck crafting game. I know it's referred to as a deck builder. I kind of say it's a deck crafting game. So that will be on Monday. Tuesday, we'll be unboxing and taking a first look at Anomaly, which is from Starling Games. This is a 1 versus many, although 3 isn't many. It's for 2 to 4 players. 1 player is playing the bizarre Anomaly, and the other 3 will play like students on this scientific space station, trying to figure out what the anomaly is and trying to stop it. So that will be on Tuesday's show. Wednesday, it's Wargame Wednesday. I'll be reviewing The Devils to Pay, the first day at Gettysburg, from Tiny Battle Publishing, designed by my good friend Herman Lutman. Then Thursday, I always do RPGs on Thursdays. We're going to page through, take a first look at the Lonely Mountain Region Guide for Adventures in Middle-earth from Cubicle 7 Entertainment. And then on Friday's show, a week from today, I will be reviewing Roll for Adventure from KOSMOS Games. Yes, this is a cooperative dice-chucking fantasy game. So that will be on next Friday's show. So there you have what's cooking on the gaming, or I should say the Daily Dope. I almost started to say the Gaming Gang. Yes, there's all crazy things going on in the Gaming Gang next week, but that's what's cooking on the Daily Dope. Also want to mention, got a couple of contests that are going on right now as I speak. First off, this is for YouTube subscribers, and it is a Pathfinder 2nd Edition PDF prize pack that I am giving out. For every 65 subscribers beyond 1,600, from now through September 5th, I will give out one prize pack. It will have the core game, the bestiary, as well as the Fall of Plaguestone standalone adventure, all in PDF. So we're getting close to the first giveaway. I think we're 17 subscribers away right now. So we are going to hit and do at least one. I would love to be able to get more than that. I would love to have more than just one giveaway of the PDF prize pack. The second giveaway is for followers on Twitter. I need to hit 5,100 followers on Twitter. I think I'm 170 away. So it's close. I'm pretty close. This contest will run until September 8th. And I will be giving away to one lucky winner. Of course, got to be in the US or Canada to score this. They will win a copy of the Wooden Evertree for Everdell, as well as the Pearlbrook expansion, the collector's edition, no less, for the expansion to Everdell. So both of these, I do have to hit 5,100 followers. I don't think that's going to be an issue. But what you need to do is, I have a tweet out there. I keep sharing it every day. That all you got to do is retweet it and put why you love Everdell as a comment on that retweet. And boom, you're in the running. You are in the running to win. So there you have it. Those are the two contests that are going on right now. So plenty of time still left to jump in on the action on both of those. All right, last, before I jump into the unboxing, do want to mention, as I always do on every show, the Gaming Gang, thus the Daily Dope, are pretty much not-for-profit endeavors. So if you like the site, if you like the show, if you like the channel, please consider making a small donation to Lil Bub's Big Fund and the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. That's right, Lil Bub's Big Fund does provide grant monies to organizations who care for special needs animals who are awaiting adoption. These animals might require daily medications. They might have some sort of disease like feline leukemia. They could be long in the tooth like yours truly. They could be blind. They could be deaf. They could have mobility issues. Regardless, these special needs pets still deserve to find loving homes, and that's what Lil Bub's Big Fund is all about. And of course, if you do make a small donation to Lil Bub's Big Fund and the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, shoot me an email. My email address is right down there. It's jeffmcaleer@thegaminggang.com. And if you would like, I will give you a shout out on the following show. So, all right, that is it. We got everything cooking. Wow, pretty fast. Got through the news and everything else in about 24 minutes. So we are going to jump on over and take a look at Tribes, Dawn of Humanity from KOSMOS Games. It's designed by Rustin Haakonsen. I'm sure that's wrong. With artwork provided by Klaus Stefan. The game is for 2 to 4 players, ages 10 and up. I don't know, a little curious about that 10 and up. Plays in about 45 minutes and does carry an MSRP of $49.95. This is available now. That's one thing that KOSMOS did with their Gen Con releases, was they made sure that on August 1st, not only were these games arriving at Gen Con, they were arriving at your friendly local game stores as well. Do want to mention, I have seen this as low as about $36 from online retailers. So if that's important to you, keep that in mind. So let's move on over to the other camera. Boom, there we go. So I saw this set up at Gen Con, and it does look kind of interesting. And one of the reasons why I mentioned the ages 10 and up, one of the aspects of the game, let me get the shrink off of here, is that you're trying to, grow your tribe, right? So, of course, you're procreating. I don't know. I mean, that's something most 10-year-old kids are aware of? I don't know. Hey, Xcelera X1 has arrived. Good to see you. Just in time for the unboxing. All right, so let's take a peek. One thing I like that KOSMOS is starting to do with their games is they're putting this little game attributes box here. So it's showing 4 out of 5 for strategy, 3 out of 5 for luck, 4 out of 5 exploring, and 4 out of 5 decision making. So it says experience 30,000 years of civilization in less than an hour. In this civilization game with quick turns and fast rounds, players lead their tribes through 3 epochs: the late Paleolithic, the Neolithic, and the Bronze Age. Settle unknown lands and tap valuable resources to attain new technological and social achievements. Prepare your tribe to survive unexpected events, such as natural disasters, and seize opportunities when fortune shines upon you. Each turn, a player chooses to procreate, explore, or move. These actions increase the number of tribe members, expand its known territory, and improve its access to valuable resources. Using these resources enables the tribes to make achievements in civilization which bring victory points and access to additional achievements. Who will forge the most prosperous path through the ages and lead their tribe to victory? I don't know. Me, maybe? Maybe? I don't know. All right, so let's get this on open. So we've got a rule book, which is very short. Well, we got maybe 8 pages here. Yep, sure enough, 8 pages. So not a whole lot as far as rules. So first off, let's take a peek at that. Let's take a look at these rules. Zoom in just a touch. All right, so let's see what we've got here. So we've got an overview showing the game materials. So we've got, oh, this is kind of funny. The meeples look like Neanderthals almost, and the starting player marker is like, maybe that's an arrowhead, or maybe a chip of flint. Showing the different tiles that we've got, land tiles as well. So we're showing the game setup here. Showing how this is all laid out. Placing your first tribe member. Explaining how the turns work. So we got the actions. We got procreate, which has a little baby wrapped up, all swaddling there. Move or explore. Completing an achievement. Using land tiles as wild tiles. Okay. Arrow tokens. Talking about the event tiles. We got 3 different colors. I wonder if that's the 3 different epochs. Could be. And then we talk about the end of the game. The game ends in the round in which the predetermined number of event tiles of the last epoch have been executed. For 2 players, it's 2 event tiles. For 3, it's 3. And for 4 players, it's 4 event tiles. Then we got the end of game scoring. So we got progress tracks, most tribe members, most land tiles. Bare teeth. Okay. And then we've got some additional rules. No tribe members in reserve. If a player has no tribe members left in reserve, the player can then relocate a tribe member already on his or her territory. Okay. And then we got a thematic background. So talking a little bit about the actual history behind the game design. So sweet. All right, so there we go. Those are the rules. Let's see what else we've got. So this is the game board. Looks like I'm gonna have to zoom out. Oh, that's kind of cool. It's got a backing to it. I'm gonna zoom out so we can see the game board. So it looks like this is where we'll lay down like the epic events. This is where you're deciding what you're going to be doing. So that's your, it's like that's the procreation, that's moving, that's exploring. It looks like that might be fighting. And it looks like we've got quite a few punch boards of counters. So we've got seashells, clam shells. Wonder if that's like money. I guess these are the bear teeth that we saw in the rule book. Looks like these are land tiles. So dual-sided here, and it shows that these land tiles provide wheat or grain as probably as the resource here. So looks like these are event tiles. I'm not sure what tiles these are because we flip it over. It shows fewer predators, constellations, Macedon, droughts. So these are events. And then here, we've got different actions. So I'm not sure what that is. There we go. So there's that first player marker that looks like... I think it's supposed to be flint. I don't think it's supposed to be an arrowhead. So then we've got more events. So we've got epidemic, extreme cold, earthquake, mass migration, warm summer, good fortune, enslavement, saber-toothed tiger, giant beaver. Okay, all right. Taking on giant beavers. Then we've got these tiles here. These must be achievements. Because we have fermentation, currency, writing, philosophy, weaving. Looks like these are by Epoch 2. Smelting, cheese making. There we go. Farming, hunting, jewelry making, shamanism. These are more land tiles. So, as we can see, they're gonna go face down like this, and then they'll be revealed to tell us what resources available from that land tile. So I'm taking a guess those are horses because we also have what look like goats over here. So, all right, so those are the punch boards and the game board here, nice and sturdy. It's not super thick, but it is nicely put together. So this will hold up to some gameplay, I'll tell you that much. All right, then we got cubes and meeples and a draw bag. Got some baggies. Here's our draw bag here. Oh, it's just solid black. I'm kind of surprised. I was expecting maybe to have a little emblem on it. So we got the draw bag there. We've got cubes. Got a bunch of cubes. We've got white, brown, black, and gray as far as our colored cubes. Got some more cubes. These are smaller cubes. Same colors. So those are for the 4 players. And of course, if you're thinking, wow, those are kind of like lame colors, they're these colors because they're easy for people who are colorblind to determine the difference between. So here are the meeples that look like they're Neanderthals or something, with their carrying clubs. I'll zoom in real quick and show you. See, they look like they're carrying a club with them. Cool, I like that. That's pretty funny. I think that's pretty cool. So we got a bunch of these. Got a whole bag full of these. So obviously that's the population of your tribe that you're going to be tracking and assigning them different duties, no doubt. All right, so we've got, there's the baggies. Kind of cool insert too. I like the insert. So we've got all of the kind of like caveman meeples, cubes, little cubes. We got bigger cubes. We've got our draw bag there. We have the game board. We've got the punch boards, as I just picked one up and punched one of the bear teeth out. So we got quite a lot of these punch boards with the different tokens and tiles and event tiles. And then we've got the short 8-page rulebook. And that is what we find when we take everything from Dawn of Humanity. Yes, Tribes! Dawn of Humanity! Outside the box. Hey, William McGinnis popped in. Hubcam 210 came in. What, no dinosaurs? No. Why would there be humanity and dinosaurs together? That didn't happen. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that, but as I always like to point out, I will have a review of Tribes in the very near future. It looks pretty interesting. I like prehistoric stuff. I think that's kind of cool. I love like ancient history. But sweet. So, pretty cool. All right, so as I like to point out, if you like the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do. To check out some of the videos and you like the channel, please subscribe. And of course, if you do subscribe, don't forget, ring that little bell, because it's going to tell you not only when I upload new videos, which I might have a couple of standalone videos pop up this weekend. All depends how much time I've got. But you'll also be informed if you ring that bell of when the stream goes live. So as I like to point out, when you're not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel, be sure to visit thegaminggang.com for all the latest in gaming news, reviews, comics, movies, TV. By now you know the drill. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. I will be back on Monday. I will finally be reviewing Aeon's End from Indie Boards and Cards. So, everybody have a great weekend. Those of you who hung out in chat, thank you so much for keeping me company. Of course, those who watched live and didn't jump in chat, how come? Come on, we don't bite. Everybody's pretty friendly. And of course, I appreciate everybody who watches, regardless if you're watching live or on Memorex. So, have a wonderful weekend. I will be back on Monday. And until then, happy trails.
Thanks again for watching The Daily Dope, presented by The Gaming Gang. If you like this episode, be sure to give it a quick thumbs up. And if you dig the channel, please subscribe. If you'd like to check out our previous episode, click right here. And if you want to check out a somewhat randomly selected episode, give a click right down here. It'll be like opening a box of Cracker Jacks. You just don't know what you'll get. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'm Jeff McAleer.